Yo, what's good? Welcome into the show. You're watching Philadelphia Eagles Now by Chat Sports. Thank you so much for rocking and hanging out here with us. Coming up here on the show, how Jalen Hurts' turnovers are killing this Philadelphia Eagles offense. They have so much talent. There are big plays there. We have seen the potential with this unit with all of the star power. Yet, Jalen Hurts' turnovers over the last year plus, 2023 going into 2024, have held this Eagles offensive unit back. And we're going to try to come up with solutions, for how Jalen Hurts can correct these issues and how this Eagles offense can get on track to reach their fullest potential, and how Jalen Hurts can get back to playing elite football, because we've seen him do that before. Let's begin with this. Set the foundation and set the table, as I like to say, for today's show. The good with Jalen Hurts. He's a winner. At Alabama, he won big. At Oklahoma, he won big. With the Philadelphia Eagles, he has won a lot. 36-18 as this team's starting quarterback. Jalen Hurts also has the clutch gene. He has 10 come from behind or game-winning drives in his NFL career. That's what the greats do. He's a dynamic dual-threat quarterback who can slice and dice you through the air with his arm, but also with his legs. I do think that leadership qualities are important as a quarterback. It's part of the reason why I didn't love Caleb Williams going into the NFL draft. He lacks that. But the NFL and football is a game where you have to lead by example. And teams and locker rooms look at the quarterback to do that. And when the quarterback is cool, calm, and collected, when he's never rattled, he's always a flat liner, that has a trickle-down effect to the rest of the team. And Jalen Hurts has so much poise and a lot of leadership qualities. And lastly, as a thrower, the haters will never say this, but the numbers speak volumes. Jalen Hurts really excels with throwing the long ball. He does have some negatives to his game. The bad with Jalen Hurts, he turns it over way too much, and that's really the main subject of today's show. He has struggled historically against the blitz, although this year he's been much better. Stay tuned for those numbers, because they will open your eyes and blow your mind. He doesn't have elite arm talent. He's not Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson. You can tell that he really has to get a lot into it. I don't think that over the middle of the field, he layers balls with timing, accuracy, and precision like some other quarterbacks do. So he can definitely struggle with targeting the middle area of the field. And sometimes when the pocket breaks down, or even when he's sensing that the pocket breaks down, he bails to his right a little bit too much. But going back to the good, Hurts this year, while he has turned the football over at an alarming rate, he has the second most total yards in the National Football League with 915. He is only behind Lamar Jackson. But at the same time, and on the same token, he has the most turnovers since the start of last year with 26, but is also 27-8 in his last 35 starts. So really, part of what I'm talking about on today's show, imagine if Jalen Hurts can play cleaner football, right? And if he can play cleaner football, the Eagles in his last 35 starts are already 27-8. So if he's able to correct these issues, the sky is the limit for Philadelphia, and we can have another parade in South Philadelphia, because I do think this Eagles team is capable of reaching the mountaintop. Now, I do want to pop up today's poll question, and this will be the pinned comment on today's Eagles Now. So if you get hit with that YouTube ad break, scroll on down and let me know what you're thinking here. Jalen Hurts is type E for elite, G for good, A for average, or B for bad. Sound off with what you think down in the comment section. With these turnovers, Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni know this. They've talked about it. Jalen Hurts is the son of a coach. He is a smart football player. He played at the collegiate level under Nick Saban and Lincoln Riley. Turnovers can't continue. It's losing football. It's not sustainable football, and it doesn't translate to wins. And you know what's crazy? The Eagles have been able to overcome these turnover issues. In the NFL, when you lose a turnover battle over the last several years, you lose about 80% of the time. Yet Philadelphia's still been able to win. That's crazy. But this Hurts turnover problem is a problem. You look at the turnovers year by year, this isn't a good trend here. In 2020, 6 turnovers in 4 games. In 2021, 13 turnovers in 16 games. In 2022, when he was the MVP runner-up, only 9 turnovers in 18 games. That was a big reason why the Eagles were so efficient and so dynamic and unstoppable offensively that year. In 2023, 20 turnovers in 18 games. And this year, it's not going in the right direction. And if you translate those numbers to a full regular season, he already has 5 turnovers in 3 games. So in 59 games, Jalen Hurts has 53 total turnovers, and that's counting interceptions and fumbles. More turnover woes. 7 straight games in which Jalen Hurts has thrown a pick. And over the last 21 games, he has 26 turnovers. So this is an issue that has gotten worse. And my take here, these turnovers are so incredibly maddening because Hurts has so much talent. He has so much ability. We have seen him play at an unbelievable level. And even when he does turn the football over, we have seen Jalen Hurts have so much success in this league as a top 10 quarterback. Next up, another poll question. And I'm curious, who are your favorite YouTubers? And I'm talking sports or non-sports. I take in YouTube a lot. My favorite broadcaster is Colin Cowherd. One of my favorite NFL podcasts on YouTube is John Middlecoff. And then I like some other people, Nick Bear, as far as fitness and others. So drop me some names and I'll add it to my list of people who I have to check out on the YouTube universe. If you want a Real John shirt, get yours today at chatsports.com/RealJohn. If you're a real one and you watch this show religiously, you're subscribed to the channel, type Real One or Real John and get yourself a shirt. Available in Kelly Green as well as black. Chatsports.com/RealJohn. We'll put that link down below in the comment section and in the description of today's Eagles. Now, how can Hurts get better? He can get better by protecting the ball, obviously, as we've talked about in further detail on today's show, but also handling the blitz. And you know what's a positive spin on today's show? Jalen Hurts has started to fare better against the blitz. This is an area where he really struggled last year. A lot of it was due to the offensive scheme. But in 2023 against the blitz, 268 dropbacks, he only completed 63% of his passes, yards per attempt 6.9, and his sack rate 6.3%. In 2024, 38 dropbacks against the blitz in 3 games. His completion percentage has gone up by about 10 points to 72.7%. Yards per attempt has increased to 7.2%, and his sack rate has gone down 5.2%. So he's getting rid of the football faster, but with this Kellen Moore offense, he has had more answers against the blitz as well. This week, it is going to be a tall test for Philadelphia. It's going to be hot in Tampa, and it's not really hot or humid in Philadelphia right now, so you have to acclimate to that. And this Todd Bowles defense is really good, and he's going to blitz Jalen Hurts a lot. Hurts has completed just 59% of his passes against Tampa Bay in his career. He has been sacked 8 times with 5 picks, 4 touchdown passes. That is not a good ratio. A 4 to 5 touchdown to interception ratio. And Todd Bowles has blitzed him relentlessly. And I know that teams aren't blitzing Hurts as much because of the offensive firepower that Philadelphia has, but since Philadelphia could be without A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, they're already without Brittany Covey, I don't think that Todd Bowles is going to stop blitzing. He's going to send a lot of pressure toward Hurts, and it's up to him and Kellen Moore to respond, and for Hurts to keep the ball out of the hands of the opposition. Be sure to give me a follow on X, give me a follow on Instagram. I put out a lot of short-form content on the Eagles on my social media pages at Chase_Senior. And as always, thank you so much for supporting us here on Eagles Now.